Oh my god. Welcome back to Character Select.
I thought I hovered over that. What is all this? A sewer map.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Great.
Well, that's probably what this thing goes to.
Probably.
To the sewer!
I thought you hovered over that too. This game is
could've
very...
sworn I did.
It's so... it doesn't help that we're sitting here talking a lot, which honestly takes up at least 40% of our attention. But in a game...
Well, I mean, I would have... If I had seen the open, I would have, seen it. I don't miss that sort of thing. Unless Jim can show me otherwise.
Nah. Jim, no need to show us up. Fuck you, Jim. Do you know where the sewer entrance is?
Yeah, it's probably that door that we keep talking about.
Yes, I believe so.
So we're gonna go find the Ninja Turtles, and they're gonna be cool and give us pizza.
And they're gonna kick the shit out of us because they're not teenagers anymore.
Why would they kick the shit out of us, though?
Because they're surly. To your left.
Yeah, but they're like good guys.
I don't know, we invaded their property?
Hippity hoppity, get off my property.
Hippity hoppity, get off my property. Okay. Go back to the map? For the sewer?
Yep.
Yes! Go to the hospital!
Oh, that's right. Where are we?
I believe we are at Old Sewer Entrance.
Alright.
Which, if true, means that we're blocked.
Old sewer entrance. So there's one there, so that is this.
I can't see your mouse.
Do not have cursor turned on? Eh, whatever. Jim will show you in
cool.
editing.
They open.
Can I go both ways? No, I can only go to the right.
Which is south, right?
But let me go take a look down this hallway first, because this leads back to the mansion. So someone's able to go in and out of the mansion. So where does...
Top has been sealed shut. Okay, where does that go?
That should be the mayor's mansion, if I'm reading this map correctly.
So, Scott had this key to get to the mansion, but he swears up and down he didn't kill Vivian.
Right.
So that goes to the farmer's market.
That goes to the farmer's market.
That door's gonna be locked. Yeah. I think we're trying to get to the hospital, so that this is how we get into the basement.
I mean, that makes sense to me.
So take a right. Yeah.
Yep. Take a right and then the next right.
Well, stop and take a look at the near postal service one, too.
Right, so right. Oh, what twists and turns we've gone in on this case, Dave.
Damn it. Also, calling this a sewer is actually kind of a misnomer. This is more of a...
underground maintenance access or something?
Maintenance tunnel, yeah.
Alright, so we go...
Right.
This doesn't look locked. So let's go left real quick.
Okay.
At least, yeah, I mean, it looked like it wasn't locked on the map.
Yeah.
Because you can see, it has those red X's.
Yeah.
Alright. To the hospital it is. And then we can finally open that keycard door.
And get attacked by a murderer.
That should be blocked.
Yeah, it says it goes to the river. We definitely don't want to go to the river.
I want to go down by the riverside. Oh, fuck it.
Down by the river. Yep.
Luckily, that was open.
Called
Oh, look, a blue door.
It's not rusted over.
We did it. We cracked the case, Dave.
Well, we got a lead. Yep, welcome to the basement.
Ugh. Well, morgue time. Thank God we can't open these.
I really hope they didn't just leave the bodies behind when they abandoned the town.
That would be, like, all kinds of wrong.
Yep. Ooh,
for
keys.
many different reasons.
Stephen Moss. Huh.
That's the detective, isn't it?
Yeah.
So this would be the key to
his briefcase in his hotel room. And I don't know what that one would be for, but I called Dorothy last week. She told me something interesting about Sophia. There was a puzzle that she received from Matthew when he started working at the mansion, sort of a birthday gift for her. In that puzzle, Sophia was to visit both hers and Matthew's favorite locations in Painscreek. In each location lies a clue that Matthew had written on the wall of the building exterior. The clues, when put together, will point her to the location of her gift. I thought that was a neat idea. Sophia's favorite places: Annie's Courtyard, Inn and Suites, bridge over the stream by the gate entrance, post office. Why would someone like the post office? Where can I find Matthew's favorite places? I received an anonymous message this morning. It claimed that Scott wasn't Vivian's killer. Unfortunately, that's all I got. I've had my doubts whether Scott really killed Vivian. He sure had the motive, but upon reading all his diaries and looking through his investigation notes, I can't help but think that Scott didn't kill Vivian. On the contrary, he was trying to find out who killed Vivian, as well as what really happened to Andrew Reed and Dr. Johnson. I still don't know if this anonymous person is a man or a woman, but they've helped solidify my thoughts on Scott. I received another message yesterday. It told me to look into Bernard, the mansion's butler. I can't help but feel this person is trying to tell me something, but not exactly what. The message said I will find something in the house. Today I received a key in the mail with the initials BH. Does it stand for Bernard's house? Searched everywhere and read all of Bernard's diaries. Something just doesn't add up. Maybe it's just a hunch, or simply I'm thinking too much. But would he have really killed Vivian? There's something else about his entries that just make me pause and wonder if he was indeed a murderer. I photographed all the pages. Okay. Where are you, Stephen?
Dead, probably. Alright, you want to play Mortuary Assistant now?
No! I'm done with that game. Got the good ending. We're fine.
Hooray. Alright.
That goes back to the sewer.
Sorry, what?
Janitor's closet. Is that a hammer?
It is a hammer.
Yoink.
I don't know why we need a hammer, but
I can think of more situations where I'd want to have a hammer than where I wouldn't.
That's unnecessarily loud.
And then we can check the elevator while we're here. But, more importantly, we can open that door. Okay, elevators are not working, but we don't need the elevators to work now.
Fucking thank you. Alright. Where's that door? Is it right
to your right.
Here?
It's that one.
Oh, we're gonna switch the power off again.
Why did you not want us going in here?
I don't know. What is this room?
Is it the Dr. Johnson room?
Where are we?
2. Doctor's office. This is Dr. Johnson's office. Dr. Henry Johnson, 45 Black Pine Road. Dear Dr. Henry Johnson, I would like to thank you for your contribution to the Painscreek Community Hospital and people of Painscreek for the past 2 decades. However, there's some reports regarding the mishandling of funds designated for PCH, most of which came from the Roberts Relief Fund. The support was meant to help with the purchases of medical equipment and supplies. Since a sum of nearly $160,000 has been estimated missing, we have no choice except to open an investigation. Until you are able to explain the discrepancies between your accounting and ours, we have no choice but to suspend all funding for the hospital for the time being. I will be meeting you and your accountant to solve these issues so we can continue to support the hospital's needs. Sincerely, Vivian Richards. Roberts. Interesting.
Note down the address in case we need to go to the doctor's house.
45 Black Pine?
Yes.
Hey, look, a key.
This might be his house key.
Nope.
No, this is room 203. That's Trisha's room.
Hmm.
That might be where we get some answers.
To Charles Roberts, I don't know if it's a joke that you sent me the threat letter, but if you knew about the well, then you must have found out the truth. Just so you know, your wife was the one behind all of it. If you have any grudge, it's with her, not me. I was just a witness in Sophia's death, nothing more. Henry Johnson, June 30th, 1995. Fax it tomorrow. He died. We're still looking for that typewriter with the weird E.
Yeah, like uplifted E.
Yeah. Message on the phone.
Henry, I just received a letter from the NMB investigation firm regarding the use of the
Say
RRF
NMB?
funds. I need you to call me. Henry, we really need to talk. Please call back. What's going on, Henry? Why aren't you returning my calls? This
Was he
is
dead
really
by then?
important.
I would assume so.
So did he die? When did he die? Because this is 93. That was in 95. So are they complaining about those funds for like 2 years?
Well, investigations take a long time, right?
Don't I know that? All right,
Wait.
203.
Didn't I note that down? When he died.
What, when he died?
Dr. Henry Johnson died between June 27th and July 2nd, 1995. That letter that he was going to fax was dated June 30th.
So that was like right before he would have died.
Yes. Like, right at the very end. 203. Where's the music? Thank you.
Ask and ye shall receive. Alright. Somebody's ransacked this room already.
Why are there so many tapes here? Take a look. Pick up one of those tapes. Happily Ever After?
That's not creepy at all.
You can't take that with you, right?
Nope.
Crap. Scott Brooks' body found by jogger with multiple stab wounds to the heart. Police do not know if this is tied to the murder of Vivian Roberts. Scott Brooks, a star suspect in the Vivian Roberts case, was found dead yesterday. His body was found on the roadside along Maple Drive at around 6:50 a.m. A jogger happened to find
Note that down. We want to go look at that.
roadside Maple Drive.
Yep. 6:50 a.m. Body lying motionless behind a bush on the side of the road. Check person that needed help. Body was covered in blood. Immediately called 911. Police, blah, blah. 4 to 6 hours prior, 1 to 3 a.m. Was released from prison due to insufficient blah, 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 blah. Can't go to the next page.
Yeah.
So he was in prison for her murder.
Another key. Now we're finding all the keys. Looks like a room
Key. That's probably one of the rooms in the mansion.
Yesterday, on hearing that Scott was apprehended for the murder of her mother, Tricia collapsed. The hospital called this morning to inform us it was just a nervous breakdown. What?
Who is this?
We don't know yet.
Okay, continue.
However, they suggested that she should stay there for another few days. Charles is asking me to stay by her side.
Is this Dorothy?
It rained today. Tricia has always hated the rain. She stayed in bed, tucked under the blanket, nearly the entire day. Here and there, she mutters Scott's name out loud. She's cried herself to sleep a few times. It pains me to see her like this. Charles visits Tricia almost every day. Today he was quieter than usual. All of a sudden he told me that Vivian had been seeing another man, apparently a banker, for more than a year. He asked me if Vivian ever talked to me about it. I said I didn't know anything, but was sure that Vivian would never have done such a thing. Then I realized that Tricia was awake. I'm not sure if she heard our conversation. Sheriff Howard came today. He asked me if I remembered seeing anything suspicious the night Vivian died. I already told him everything I know. It's frustrating to be asked over and over about things I just want to forget. Before he left, I asked Scott if Scott could really be the killer. He said he's wondering the same thing. If Scott was not the killer, then who killed Vivian? Derek came by to see Tricia. I asked him how he was doing. He said that the medical expenses for Wanda were more than he expected. Even with Charles' help, he's been forced to use up most of his savings. He's currently searching for a second job. He asked me if there was a future for him. Traveling with Charles made him see some of the rather ugly sides of the world. His mother is hospitalized with terminal cancer, and seeing his best friend Tricia like this pains him, and I don't know what to tell him. Before he left, he leaned close to her and whispered, "Would it have been better if Scott just never showed up? Would you have chosen me? I wish that I had never heard that." I think that was Dorothy. Go to your journal. Scroll up. 95-2? Yeah.
Yep, okay. Alright, so we got a key.
And the key is a room key. It could be for her house. It could be for the mansion. It could be for the inn.
It was on top of her,
Yeah, because it's a room key, because we got into her house.
Yeah, it was on top of her diary, so let's go see if that unlocks that room at top of Dorothy's house.
Yes! And then we can get the tools that we need for something.
We got all sorts of tools now. We got a hammer. We're gonna get like a shovel and a thing.
We've got the BH key. And we've got the briefcase key that we can use in the inn.
We know where Bernard's house is. It's the one with all the guns in it or whatever, remember? I just don't remember the address of it. Do you have that written down? Would you like to consult your memory as to where it is?
I'm looking. Hold on.
Well, let's first look at this room. Oh, what's this?
Pendant of Mother Mary. Daughter of ex-mayor found dead at Painscreek Community Hospital. Trisha Roberts falls 40 feet from rooftop, lands on head, and dies. Well, I guess we know who that was.
So she either committed suicide or somebody murdered her.
Yesterday morning, the body of Trisha Roberts, blah, 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 pronounced out at 7:20. According to Ms. Thompson, she was starting her morning shift when she heard some sound near the reception area. She went out to find Trisha lying motionless. Called for Dr. Bennett, the attending physician. Unfortunately, it was too late. So it shows she was walking around the hospital around 6:30. She headed up to the roof at 6:54. A few minutes later, her body was found on the ground 3 floors below.
So she probably killed herself because Scott was, imprisoned and for accused of murdering her mother.
Maybe. Scott was released from prison this morning. Matthew went to pick him up. There's a lot of tension here in Painscreek. Most people think of Scott as a murderer. Charles tried to stop Trisha from seeing Scott, but it's no use. She was already waiting for him at the cabin. Charles is drinking again. He couldn't stop Trisha from trying to see Scott, yet Scott seems to be avoiding her. Trisha should not have been discharged from the hospital at this point. She still needs help and rehabilitation. Derek and Scott fought at the market today. Derek asked Scott why he's avoiding Trisha. Scott didn't say anything. He just walked away. Derek told him not to come back anymore. It's sad to see what's happening to them now. They used to be such good friends. Oh my god, Scott was killed?
Do you think Derek killed Scott because he was jealous of Scott being with Vivian?
Trisha.
Sorry, yeah, Trisha.
Trisha's been going crazy ever since Scott died. She sometimes screams in the middle of the night. Here and there, she'll ask us why Scott hasn't visited her for a while. No one seems to know how to answer without agitating her condition. Trisha is finally being admitted to the hospital for another mental breakdown. Charles doesn't know what to do. I've asked for his permission to take care of Trisha at the hospital until she recovers. I think Charles appreciates my help. Huh. That was her story.
It's the end of her story. However, Sophia...
0526.
0526.
Nice. March 8th, 1975. Dear Sophia, how have you been? I hope everyone is treating you well at the mansion. It's been 6 months since my missionary work started here in Indonesia. Life here is hard but meaningful. I thought my life at the orphanage was miserable, but after coming here, realized I am blessed more than I could ever imagine. I'm supposed to be back in 1 week's time, but I recently decided that I'll be extending my stay here for another 6 months. I haven't received any letters from you for a while now. I hope you're doing well. Remember the time when we were at the orphanage you said you didn't want to be poor anymore? I think God heard your call and brought you to Painscreek. Charles and Vivian told me they were glad I introduced you to them. They said you are a hardworking person with a kind heart and that us being related was not the reason they hired you. You got the job on your own merit. I did not know whether or not to tell them we are not actually cousins. Okay, I feel bad for lying to them. I guess I'll have to tell them the truth someday. Having said that, I'm glad you're in Painscreek. We can talk and meet anytime, just like the good old days at the orphanage. I'll do my best here. I hope you can wait for me. Best regards, Matthew Brooks. P.S. I have prepared a special present for your birthday. Wait for my telegram that day. I know some people don't like me. Wanda always picks on me, and Bernard ignores me most of the time. Andrew, well, he's okay as long as I'm not in his garden. Dorothy cares a lot for me, though. I like her. Tom, our security guard, treats me with respect, even though I'm just a housemaid. Vivian and Charles are kind to me. Oh, and Matthew, too. I almost forgot about him. He's been taking care of me forever, certainly as long as I can remember. I'm a lucky girl. Matthew talks to me when he has time. Sometimes I feel he's trying to escape his chores at the church. We'll talk about everything under the sun, our hopes, dreams, futures. It reminds me of our days at the orphanage. Landing a job here as the maid was the best thing that could have happened to me. However, I never imagined I would be having an affair with a married man, let alone my employer.
God damn, he moved fast.
Now I'm carrying his child. How do I face Matthew? I received a letter from Matthew today saying he'll be extending his stay in Indonesia for 6 more months. That's always been him. He's always had a noble heart, wanting to help people everywhere. I miss him, but I'm glad he decided to extend his stay there. It gives me time to prepare how I'll explain my situation to him. I don't know how he'll take it if he just hears the truth blurted out once he gets back. I received a telegram this morning from Matthew wishing me a happy birthday. Her birthday is March 18th, 1975. March 18th, okay. All I need to do is find the clues that he placed in our favorite places. He's waiting for my telegram after I've solved the puzzle. I've actually solved it already, but I don't know what to say to him. What should I do? My baby was born today at 8:20 a.m., and it's a boy. He looks just like Charles. Dorothy's taking good care of us. She prepares the food and attends to my needs. I almost feel like I'm her boss. Charles visits me all the time, asking if we need anything else. I told him he didn't have to come so often and to instead focus on work. As a mayor, he must have a lot on his mind. Hold on. Go back one.
Hold on, let's just finish reading this.
Charles told me today that his mother, Magdalene, will be arriving in 2 weeks. She knows about our relationship. I feel nervous because she's a strict woman. At the same time, I'm happy because she told Charles to take responsibility for me and my son. Soon I won't have to be a maid anymore. Charles has decided to name our child Vincent Roberts. I like that name. Okay, so Sophia's B-Day is 3/03/18.
18. Right.
And Scott's B-Day is, what was it? 6/1?
What's not in there?
Yeah, it was. Her baby was
in here?
Yeah. Go back.
Oh, right. You're right.
06/01. Got it.
Okay.
There was something else in there. Dear Dorothy, I want to express my heartfelt gratitude for all you've done for me. You've taken care of my store on so many occasions. You've helped maintain its bright spirit. I would be lying if I say I'm not saddened by your departure. I will greatly miss you. Wish you all the best in your new place. Do invite me there once you've settled in. May God be with you. Best regards, Oliver Gibson.
And the key to his house.
What's on this calendar? Oh, just cleaning.
She cleans it every 2 weeks.
Was there something?
There's not. No, there isn't. It's just like sewing gear.
One of the books there wasn't a thing?
No, I can't click that either.
To the left?
Huh?
To the shelf to the left.
Like right here?
Yeah. Okay, no. Never mind. Sorry, I thought I saw you interact with it at one point.
No.
Okay. So we've got the key to the photography place.
Let's go. And more clues are falling together.
We still have no idea who killed Vivian, though.
I feel like we're tugging at threads and eventually it'll come unwound. Alright, so where's Oliver's thing?
Left.
It was down this way, right?
Yep. Bring up your map. Town Center Drive, Black Pine Road. Where was Maple Street? Maple Drive is the one leading up to the mayor's mansion. Okay.
Right.
That's where he died.
Alright. Well, I don't know how useful that will be, but we can take a look at that later. Alright, where is his freaking shop?
Keep going.
I feel like I'm going the wrong way. Church. Turn around and go the other way.
Yeah. Not this left, but the next left. Right there.
Perfect.
And we might find some additional information here. Who knows? Dude's got some good photos.
Those aren't even... Well, I don't even know if this... Is that a photo or is that a... Well, I guess that's a photo.
Doesn't really matter.
Spooky music. Let's check upstairs first.
Nope.
Locked. Can't check upstairs first.
We're only here for tools. We don't know that he's connected to anything.
But he might have information all the same.
It's true. Dear Mr. Oliver Gibson, we regret to hear that Father Matthew will not be joining any part of the annual religious gathering event from July 18th till the 23rd in South York. We received Father Matthew's memo yesterday stating he was not feeling well. I assume he also informed you about this last-minute change. Please send him our regards. We wish him a swift recovery so we may serve the people of Painscreek soon. That was around the time when Scott got arrested.
Yeah.
Yoink. And the shovel.
Alright, we got all the tools.
Nice. Okay. We just attended Trisha's funeral this morning. Charles tried to be strong, but by the end of the ceremony, his face was wet. Dorothy cried her heart out. Truly pains the soul to witness so many deaths occur here in Painscreek. Every one of those deaths was of a person I knew, and some were very close to me. Among them, Vivian's death shocked me the most. Despite what the media said, I will not, for even a moment, believe that Scott killed her. It just doesn't make sense to me. Trisha's death hurt the most, possibly because I spent the last few years mentoring her. She was smart, kind, and very talented. She was turning into a very promising young woman. With her passing, Charles has lost all his family members. He's all alone. I can't imagine the pain he's going through. Dorothy left Painscreek early February, a month after Trisha's funeral. The hospital closed shortly after. This is 96. By the end of the month, Charles had packed and departed Painscreek for good. Wanda passed away on March 12, 96. Her cancer had spread too far and too deep. The doctors could not save her. 2 weeks after her funeral, Derek moved out of Painscreek. Autumn is approaching. My photography store will be closing by the end of this month. I know I have many things to say, but there's no one left to confide in. Anyways, I've been thinking about retiring for quite a while now. Maybe the time has come.
That's Oliver's story.
So far, all we've got is, like, conjecture and circumstantial evidence.
I mean, that's how most cases go.
Yeah. Contrary to popular belief, circumstantial evidence is absolutely admissible, everybody.
Absolutely.
And when you see all those police procedurals where they're like, oh, that evidence is circumstantial, it's like, yeah, but the circumstances mean that your client seems really guilty.
Well, that's why, because, I mean, your guilt is determined by a jury, and so
Yeah.
like they can absolutely use circumstantial evidence. Like, if you can provide like enough like linking that stuff together, they can absolutely convict you on circumstantial evidence.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go check Maple Lane real quick.
Okay.
See if we can't see, like, maybe they dropped something behind a bush or something.
I feel like we would have found it by now, but God knows.
Well, it doesn't look like there's anything here.
Go back to the turn. With a look on the other side of the road. I think there was a path there.
This one?
Other side of the road. Like, behind the barrier?
No.
Okay, never mind.
Alright, so we have a wrench now. We also have a bunch of keys.
We need to go to the inn and check the briefcase. Because he said he took a lot of pictures, remember?
I thought we unlocked that briefcase.
We did not. We found it.
I could have sworn we did. Whatever.
And we will do that next time on Character Select.
We're doing it.
So thank you very much for watching. Make sure to click that like button down below if you liked it. And Tyler,
Dave.
we could be private detectives.
We're gonna catch the murderers.
Eventually, we always uncover the truth. Eventually.
Eventually.